Hey everyone, this is going to be another movie review. Now, it's a movie that I just saw recently, even though it's been out for a while, I believe. And, by the way, if you're wondering where in my Amazing Spider-Man review, I have not yet seen the movie in theaters, so I can't give you my thoughts on it yet. What I can do is give you my thoughts on another movie, and this movie is called I Am Legend, which is the third iteration of the 1950s novel. Remember, just a sec, I have a Wikipedia page open up here. Here, I'll pick it up. Okay. 2007 American Apocalypse. Alright. The film was directed by Francis Lawrence, and it starred Will Smith as Robert Neville, I believe. It's the adaptation of the 1954 novel by the same name, following the 1964 movie The Last Man on Earth, and 1971 The Omega Man. So this is basically the third movie that's been adapted from that novel. Directed by Francis Lawrence, produced by Akiva Goldsman and David Heyman, James Lasseter, Neil H. Mortis, and Tracy Trome. And the cast includes Will Smith as Dr. Robert Nevils, Alice Braga as Anna Montez, Charlie Tan as Ethan, Dash Mihok as the infected alpha male, Abby Ancona as Sam the dog, basically probably like doing the barks or whatever for Samantha the dog, Emma Thompson as Dr. Alice Crippen, Sally Richardson as Zoe Neville, Willow Smith as Marley Neville, Joanna Numbrum as the infected alpha female, Darrell Foster as Mike, Pat Fraley as voice of the President of the United States, and Mike Patton as the infected creatures. Okay, now I got that out of the way. Time for my thoughts of the movie. I actually thought the movie was really well done. Now, I have not read the book, nor have I seen the other two movies that was based off it. All I've seen is this movie, so yeah, I'm not exactly sure how the other two movies or the book differs from this myself. Although I'd like to see them and read the book, though, myself. But anyways, this movie basically stars Robert Neville, who they've discovered a cure for cancer. I'm not exactly sure if he helped them or not, but a cure for cancer has been discovered. Out of 10,009 patients that actually probably way more than that they've treated, all of them were cured of their cancer. So they treated cancer in 2009. However, it ended up backfiring, I guess, and so it ended up turning into a virus which infected people. And so New York City actually got quarantined. And Robert Neville, who for some reason, I don't think they actually cover exactly why, but he turns out to be the only person who's immune to this virus. So he actually stays as the only person in New York City for 3 years until 2012 to try to find a cure. You know, because the city's full of these corrupted people, and so he can research them. And he's there with his dog Samantha, who ends up dying about midway through the movie, I think. So yeah. However, he does find a family of two, the mother and the child, the mother Anna or whatever, and the son Ethan. However, in 2012, he finds a cure. He does find a cure, and he basically gives his life to protect that cure against these infected people so that he can save them. And I get it, and it does a jump skip. I guess afterwards he ends up. I guess there's like a special memorial for him at the cemetery or whatnot, and the quarantine was lifted so people could go back into New York City and whatnot. Although one problem I have had with this movie is that I don't think it told what happened to his wife and daughter, which is kind of weird. Yeah, did they end up becoming infected too? I don't know, but yeah. So the movie was actually really good. I liked it, and we've had it in the house for a while. I'm kind of just surprised that it took me this long to actually sit down and watch it. This is one of Will Smith's best films, though, and I don't think he's been making as many films lately because he has a family and he wants to try to support that. Although, if you're as big of an actor as he is, then you probably make quite a bit of money acting. I mean, granted, when you first get into acting, it's not gonna, you don't make very much money, but he's been acting for a very long time, so I'm sure he makes a lot of money acting. Not to mention he's a rapper too. I think this is the Will Smith, the guy who was on what the fuck's the name of that show? That '90s sitcom, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. As the lead person there and whatnot. Anyways, and so yeah, I'm sure he makes a lot of money, so I kind of wish I could see him in more movies. But then again, his son is starting to get into more acting and music too. And whatnot. I mean, he was in the Karate Kid remake. So, yeah. And I believe he actually is starting to get into rapping just like his dad, but Jaden Smith. But yeah, anyways, this movie was really well done. As I believe, was one of Will Smith's last movies before he started going to this like one movie every so often thing. And it's one of his best too. Like, I've seen a lot of Will Smith productions, okay? And this is one of his best. However, it does have problems. Once again, like, I wish it would have went into more detail what happened to his wife and daughter. Also, I kind of wish it would have went into more detail as to exactly how this virus broke out. Like, how did the virus that was supposed to kill cancer break out into, or how did this thing that was supposed to kill cancer break out into such a virus? I kind of wish they went into a bit more detail on that. From what I understand, this movie was about an hour and a half to 2 hours long, I think. And I don't think it would have killed it to have a bit more, like 30 minutes to an hour longer, just so I could explain these things. Maybe 30 minutes at the very least, to explain these things a bit better. Because I mean, the movie was great, don't get me wrong, but I was just a little bit lost throughout it. But this is my favorite movie that Will Smith has ever been in, regardless. So, yeah, but it was pretty sentimental too. I mean, the only man in this entire quarantine city. Also, I found it was really weird that he somehow managed to find all this food and whatnot, and drinks and whatnot still good so he could live in there. Like, how the fuck do you do that? And also, like, how does he wash his clothes? He must
stink like fucking hell being in there for 3 years. Also, how did he not go crazy? I mean, sure, it's wide open place, but seriously, I think you go crazy being stuck in a whole city by yourself for 3 years. But anyways, despite my complaints, it's still a great movie. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because I enjoyed it. So, yeah, so see you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.